Government shutdown is ending, folks. Let's see what people are thinking about it.
This right here is why Democrats lose elections. You spineless, bitch-made pussies sell out working class folks and middle class folks every fucking chance you get, and you ain't got a set of nuts between the fucking lot of you. You're telling me you let people go 40 fucking days without pay and let them go hungry for fucking 9? For what? Just to tell them it was all for fucking nothing? I don't fucking get it. People showed up in record numbers 6 fucking days ago to show you that they're behind you. And this is how you repay them for a pinky promise to have a vote on something that we know they're gonna vote no on anyway? Dude, this administration just proved to you 3 fucking days ago that not only are they okay with it, but they are willing to actively go out of their way to let people fucking starve. Children fucking starve. What in the flying fuck makes you think they are going to give a shit when it comes to a vote on whether or not to let people's health insurance premiums go up? You dumb fuck! Oh, that's right, because you're just as crooked as they are, you fucking scumbags. Let's be real, it wasn't that you wanted to save Snap, because we just went 9 days without it, and...
So, as you can see, he is very upset. Was the government shutdown a waste of time? Comment down below what you think and what you feel. Were these last 40 days worth it? How do we feel about the healthcare issues that are going to be going forward with the insurance premiums, which we're going to talk about at the end of this video, folks? Welcome to the Quan Billy Show. My name is Quan. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to be talking about current events and a whole host of other things going forward. Video, what exactly has happened? Let's go straight to CNN.
Republicans made it clear they weren't going to discuss the health care issue, the Affordable Care Act tax credits, until the shutdown was over.
My vote today was to do 2 things. One is to make sure that the government is functioning so that our kids eat, so that our elderly citizens eat, so that our air traffic controllers can get some sleep and earn money, get paid while they are working, and continue the fight to a realistic platform to get the premium tax cuts done. And if that is not successful, then shame on the Republican Party and shame on Donald Trump.
Most of us up here in the group of 8 that voted for this tonight have voted repeatedly with the Democratic strategy, but after 40 days, it wasn't going to work.
We have a guaranteed vote by a guaranteed date on a bill that we will write. Not that the Republicans will write, although I do think it's important for us to engage with them.
That's what the 8 Democratic, senators who voted for this had to say, right? What do you think about what they had to say? How are you feeling about it? Let's hear some reactions from some of the people around the world and what they are saying, how they are feeling, and how they articulate and take this, right? Probably going to be more Democratic people, but I just want to hear what they have to say and what we have to say.
Now we know the whole government shutdown thing was always just a big ploy. Let me explain. So first, the news just broke that the longest ever government shutdown is finally coming to an end. They're saying that the broad framework for this agreement was negotiated by Senator Angus King, Jeanne Shaheen, and Maggie Hassan, as well as GOP senators, has now, quote, more than enough members of the Senate Democratic Caucus to advance, according to 2 people granted anonymity to disclose the terms. So then I went to research what was so different about this new bill, and the answer is absolutely nothing. They say that this deal is a pragmatic off-ramp from the initial stalemate, a quote-unquote cleaner CR with some wins for both sides, but it largely kicks the core fights, ACA subsidies, Medicaid cuts, down the road without resolution. So why the vote now? Well, it's this. One of the main reasons why the shutdown began in the first place is because the Democrats feared electoral backlash from their base. This is an article from last month, and they said that, quote, it's been clear to them that the American people don't want to see a Democratic Party that capitulates to a Republican extremism. They want a party that stands up for people's health care, that stands up for our democracy, and that's what they're doing now. And that message worked brilliantly for the Democrats. They absolutely shellacked the Republicans in the elections last week. And now Democrats who won their elections last week are coming out and saying, yeah, they can be done with this government shutdown now. Yeah, that big fight over health care, yeah, that is not even in this new bill. So we had a 40-day government shutdown, air traffic, a complete mess, massive bread lines across the country for absolutely no reason. Okay, it's all a freaking game to these scumbags, and the American people are always the one to suffer.
I don't know if I think I wouldn't call it everyone involved scumbags or anything like that. I think there's a lot going on that at least a person like me doesn't understand. I don't think the Democrats or the Republicans are bad people. I think there's just a lot of moving parts. But let me know what you guys think down below. And I feel like people are going to have a lot of emotional responses to this as well, right? I mean, you had people without food for 9 or 10 days. You had the air traffic controllers not without pay for 40 days. You had, this healthcare bill, which we're going to watch a video that kind of shows what a woman is going through whose insurance prices and stuff are going to go back or go up anyway. So we're going to see what she has to say as well. But, what do you guys think about this? This is a really interesting situation. And I do sometimes feel used as an American citizen. I do sometimes feel like we are just kind of playing a game at times. And it makes me kind of scared for my future and my future family's future. And it's one of the reasons why I have been strongly considering, at least exploring other countries abroad for a few years to figure out where I want to raise a family. I love America, but this is like a really interesting topic. And I just wonder what you guys think about it, all right? Let's hear what another creator has to say. This man's usually a little bit more outspoken.
8 Democratic senators caved and voted to reopen the government. In return, they got nothing. Trump had a promise to rehire the people he fired, but at the end of the day, they will not extend the tax credits on the Affordable Care Act, and people's healthcare premiums will increase up to 4 times. My words for those Democratic senators are you are weak and spineless. What the hell are you even doing? You had such a lead and 70% of Americans standing behind you, and you threw it all away for what? None of this was your fault. All of this fell on Donald Trump. So why are you conjoining in this toxic relationship where he is the abuser and you are the abused? This is why he doesn't respect you. And it's why he does whatever he wants and doesn't fear consequence, and why he doesn't listen to you. You are spineless. I will now call out the 8 names that I'm speaking to because they are not leaders, they are followers. And the majority of America is baffled right now. Senator Catherine Cortez, Senator Dick Durbin, Senator John Fetterman, Senator Maggie Hassan, Senator Tim Kaine, Senator Angus King, Senator Jackie Rosen, and Senator Jeanne Shaheen. Given the option to primary them and replace them with another strong Democratic senator, we will do that with haste because you are cowards and you've shown America your arses. We will never fall to weak leaders like that again. Message over.
So what did I say, right? Emotional response. This creator is an amazing creator. I've watched a ton of his videos. I actually like to follow people on both sides of the political spectrum just to kind of get an idea of what's going on. I do think, though, that response was a little bit much. I understand, again, an emotional response is necessary at times, but I just am not qualified enough to know what goes on in those back rooms. I'm not qualified enough to understand how that all works. And so I don't think a lot of us out here know really either. I think opening the government was something that needed to happen. I don't think it should have been shut down in the first place. I think the country did show its support for more of the Democratic side, and I think that support was wasted. I do think that this was done in a bit of haste, but I don't think that makes them cowards. I think they just need to, I think things just need to be done better in the future on both sides, and people's livelihood shouldn't hang in the balance of decisions, right? But that's just my opinion, right? We got one more video, and then we're going to look at a woman who talked about like how she feels about her insurance premiums and stuff going up. But we're going to look at this other video first.
Right, the government shutdown is over because 8 Democrats, I'm going to tell you about here, gave in and got absolutely nothing. They got nothing for the shutdown, meaning no affordable health care tax credits extended. They simply took the word of Republicans and the president that they would talk about affordable health care tax credits in December. In December, ladies and gentlemen, you're shopping your insurance plans now. They end on December 31st. Here are the 8 Democrats that caved for the government shutdown.
I don't need to hear the 8 names again. So again, from what I remember from for one of the early videos I showed you in this here, I think that this could all basically happen again on January 30th. They are trying to get another bill and some things put together, and they said they're going to work hard to put that together, and they're trusting the words of Republicans. And I think, at the end of the day, you have to trust people. You do have to trust each other. You have to give each other a chance. And if this goes the wrong way or goes the other way, if you will, I think it's going to be tough, and people are going to be very angry, and they have every right to be angry. I think hardcore Democrats have every right to be angry. I think most of us out here who are affected by, these financial changes and how the shutdown hurt a lot of people, and how, our insurance premiums are going up, I think that's going to affect a lot of people, and people are going to be very upset. And I also feel like at the end of the day, like, what are we supposed to do? Like, how are we supposed to provide for our families? How are we supposed to have health care? How are we supposed to take care of ourselves if we can't trust that the government is going to have our best interest at heart? I understand those fears. But I also, on the other hand, am like, I just wish that we had more of insight into what actually goes on behind the scenes so that we didn't all like kind of assume as much and react as emotionally. Again, I am an emotional person, but I also am a person that tries to look at things from both perspectives. There has to be something financial going on as to why this would be the case. There has to be something else going on. This is why I make these videos. I want you guys to teach me. I'm not a guy who's going to come here and act like I'm some political aficionado. No, I want you guys to tell me down below, what do you think of this? Why did we go through this? Why did this happen? What was the point? Someone please teach me. And if you're Republican, cool. If you're a Democrat, cool. Neutral, independent, I don't care. Please tell me down below why this happened and how you feel about it, all right? Again, it's just tough. All right, let's go into talking about the health insurance costs, them going up. Let's see what a woman who's going to be affected by this, like most of us, has to say about it. And we're going to wrap up the video, folks, all right?
They have absolutely lost their fucking mind. I'm going from paying $122 per month to $853.05 per month for health insurance.
The other day I went online to check to see what my premium would be. It went up more than 250%.
Wow. No.
So now I have to decide food or my premium.
So I got my letter yesterday from Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, and my health insurance premium is going to go up from $218 a month to $1,408 a month. Yeah. That's a 546% increase on my health insurance.
Right now we're paying around $950. We will be now looking at a little bit over $1,300 a month. For two people to have access to health insurance, that is $15,600 for next year to have health insurance for the both of us.
My current premium right now is $292 a month. Starting January 1st, it's going to $458. That's almost as expensive as my car note.
And this is one example of what Democrats are fighting for. This is why they are trying to get Republicans to come to the table to negotiate a plan.
As you can see, people are going to be heavily affected by this, right? This is going to be a very tough situation, a very tough time for Americans going forward in the future. As an American who is actively looking for a way to move abroad for a few years, not because I dislike our country, just because I just want to see what else is out there, this is why I've been working so hard. It's why I'm working part-time, while running my business, while doing the content thing, while trying to do everything I can to make as much money as I can to give my family and myself the most options, right? Those healthcare prices are absolutely ridiculous. I understand what the Democrats were fighting for, but I also understand that the government needed to be open, right? There are other things that were being sacrificed and hurt as well. So it's a really tough situation to be a part of, man. And I just want to say, man, I'm praying for everybody involved. I'm praying for your family. I'm praying for your well-being and your heart and your mind. And just know that we just got to take things one day at a time, all right? I appreciate you all. More videos coming, man. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, the name's Quan, and man, was this government shutdown even worth it? You guys let me know down below what you think. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, folks.